Well, that's right. In the United States, the Supreme Court is sharply questioning the legality of tariffs which have been imposed by Donald Trump on over 100 countries. In fact, the case essentially is pertaining to the power of the Trump administration about the power to tax versus the power to regulate foreign commerce. In fact, these tariffs have been challenged by a dozen states, small businesses as well. And these small businesses have called Donald Trump's actions unlawful. These businesses claim that Trump's actions have forced them to raise prices, and in fact, they've also had to resort to scaling back staffing. Now, as far as this entire case is concerned, we do remember that Trump invoked the IEEPA Act in February on goods from first China, Mexico and Canada. And then, of course, those levies were expanded to include almost all the world in April. And these levies range from 10% to 50%. But in his defense, Donald Trump stated that this is a life or death for the country ahead of the hearing. In fact, the Trump administration has also said that the power to regulate international commerce also includes the power to impose tariffs. And in fact, we'll have to see how this case really develops, because it will have implications on 90 billion worth of import taxes, which have already been paid by some countries on whom these tariffs have been invoked. But let's once again understand what really is under question. Well, the use of International Emergency Economic Powers Act 1977, which the Supreme Court argues that that's been misused, because that act gives presidential power to regulate trade in response to an emergency. And what is currently being questioned and debated and discussed is whether the president has exceeded his authority on unilaterally setting tariffs on over 100 countries, and that too without congressional approval. So it remains to be seen what the outcome of this case is going to be. And of course, it will have ramifications on not just the global economy, but the U.S. economy as a whole.